So I forgot which part we are now in, because I'm doing quite quickly them after each other. But this is the second one about lighting your subject into macro photography with LED lights. Again, this is the first video you're watching, go and if you want to go and watch the other ones, because they're about, probably will end up 10 videos which shows you all the parts that I am getting to get into macro photography. I am a total newbie on this topic. I have no idea what I'm doing. So what I did, I asked friends and I looked around and I researched a bit, and these were the parts I got to get into it. Some parts of course are already owned, other parts are totally new, I bought them. So don't think that this is an expert telling you how to do it. This is like a newbie sharing my journey with you and telling you which part I got so far. So if this is the first video, I kind of put all the parts together now, at least some of the parts together. So in an earlier video we talked about extension tubes, so I now put them on. So they add about 3 centimeters to the distance, and as a result we can focus not 16 centimeters from the lens or 28 centimeters total, but we can now focus up to about 5 centimeters. I put the Renox 250 lens in front of it. That means that it will magnify it even to quite a great level. So we can now probably, if I take this coin as an example and put it here, of course it's not in the part, but let's for the argument's sake that it says now it's in the picture. You can probably now focus on this coin. I would argue probably to some of the letters and get them totally filling your sensor. And again, that's the trick, the same as with wildlife. How can I get my subject to fill as much of the sensor that I possibly can? Now the problem with macro photography, unlike with wildlife photography, is that because we are so close, we only have like a really small part of the subject will be in focus. Why is that? Because we can't, we have to, I should explain the other way around. So the problem is that because we want to have more in focus, and we are so close that only a small part will be in focus. The way to solve that is not to open up your whole lens, so this is 2.8, but to try to do a lower f-stop. So more gets into focus, more depth of field is. If you don't know what depth of field is, please research it online. There are some great videos about it. But in this case we want to, because we are now talking about maybe a sliver of a millimeter which might be in focus, we want to make it as big as possible. And if we say as big as possible, in this case it will still be tiny, but at least a little bit bigger. So the way to do that is to close up your iris, right? So you get more depth of field, more like this. But the downside is if you close up the iris, less light comes in, and well, so you kind of stuck there. So you need to have as much light as possible on your subject to compensate for that, because you might lose a factor of 200 of light in this whole sort of construction. So we talked about the ring light before. Now what so we first talking about if you, of course you can use your flash, but I was talking about LED lights. So I wanted to show you a third option, which are really handy, which are called lumecubes. They're basically an extremely strong LED light. So not sure if this one battery is loaded. Yes, this. So it has a flash mode, but it also has a continuous mode. So I didn't put it on full power, only a little bit of power. But you can see how easy it is to light up your subject. And if you have multiple of them, and of course I here have another one on a small tripod, so that you can put in different positions. Here you have a third one. So you can quite easily see how you could, let's say, oversaturate your setup with a whole lot of light. And you want to be able to do that. You want to have something small, so you can take it with you. But you can also then quite easily hold it while you're taking a picture. So if you're taking a picture of an insect of a flower with your camera, you can see how easy this would be to hold. They last about 40 minutes on full power. Easy to hold. You can charge them using USB power. It will be quite easy to hold near your subject. Or if you're using even if you're using a flash, you can just use it to focus before the flash sort of kicks in, or you can use it to, let's say, change the shadow on your subject. You can imagine that if I light it like this, it will be way different than if I light it like this. So in this case, you can, with one or two of them, you can kind of balance what you are doing. So that's another video in the series. I kind of like them. They are really small. I normally combine them, as you can see, with these small. Oh, now I forgot the name of these things. Joby stands. These are really small, and you can sort of take them off, right? So they are not really sturdy, but they will do fine here. And you can wrap them around things like tree or whatever. And the nice thing, these are, as you can see, magnetic. And they're quite strong, so you can also attach them to a tripod or whatever. So that helps also when you want to put it in position. And again, with all my videos, size is important. So I try to find things and solutions like the setup lens or the tubes, or in this case the LED lights, things that are small that I can still carry in my bag. So that was another video. I'm thinking about what will be the next one.